been amended that it's not a contract. The Casperric agreement will go from a month-to-month payment arrangement instead of an hourly, not except for 4 months. You get that? Okay. Okay. You can call the roll, please.
Well, do we have to do anything with the figure of 52,000?
No, because it's based on that,
Okay.
those numbers.
Thank you.
Trustee Bendel?
Aye.
Trustee Pearson?
Aye.
Trustee Smith?
Aye.
Trustee Hunt?
Aye.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Henry?
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Okay. The final thing is the issuance of tax anticipation warrants.
I'm bringing this forward personally. Tax anticipation warrant, simply defined, we will be getting, real estate tax goes into the county and then they disperse it to us. Tax anticipation means someone is anticipating we're going to get these taxes and we're borrowing money against it. I am not asking for the authority to literally do this today. I'm asking for the authority that it may be needed to be done in the future. And only because, as I've said in emails, money is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It is getting to be tax time where there will be some monies coming in, but it doesn't mean we're going to have an abundance. We're not going to pay down all of our debt. We have to strategize and figure out how we're going to go forward, and we may have to make some very drastic cuts in the near future. This is just to let you know that I have been working with the representative from MB Bank. One of the issues we have, and I appreciate either the attorneys jumping in, normally, it's a given. You just pick up the phone, tell the bank, I want to issue some tax anticipation warrants, and they go, fine, how much? $3 million? Okay, no problem. What happens is, as the money comes into the county, it then does not come to the village, it goes right to the lending institution, and once the $3 million is hit, then we get the rest of it. Unfortunately, our bank, as friendly as they are, and they've been very helpful through this transition time, cannot guarantee that they can even give me a tax anticipation warrant because we have no books. Casperric people have been working on getting as much information to them as possible, but there's no guarantee at this point. And that's a shame that I have to say this publicly, but because we don't have anything on the books to give them. It's legitimate, it looks good. So I'm here to tell you that I'm working on it. If it comes to the fact that they did approve us, I will notify you. I'm not going to go out and do this unless every one of the board members know and approves that it's okay to do.
You'd have to have a special meeting to approve the
Right.
ordinance authorizing the TAW, so.
I just wanted to give them the heads up that it may come if we, on a shortfall of, let's say we had a national disaster here. I don't have a reserve to work with. This is more of an informational piece and not for a vote, just to let you know that this could be needed. And I'm looking for a consensus. If you don't want me to pursue it, I can pull some of the Casperric time away from preparing books for the bank. If you think it's something that we could use, and maybe we should use in the future, then I would ask for a consensus of a motion that, yes, this is a good idea, Mr. Urban.
Yes, I think that's a good idea to find other means of revenue. I agree.
You have my vote.
Well,
I mean,
I have a
my
question. Mr. Murphy said that we have to take a vote at a later date.
He's looking for consensus though.
What, let me back up for a second. So does everybody kind of understand what this TAW tax anticipation warrant is?
Yeah,
It's not like a bond, it's not creating new money, it is payday loan,
payday loan.
period, okay? I think what's all Stan's looking for is can he see if he needs a bridge? Is it okay for him to see if there's a bank who will issue it? Now, it's very secure because the way the thing works is, I think we got the news last week that the property tax bill's first installment's gonna be due the first week of March, something like that. So we should start getting tax money fairly quickly. But if there's a problem that the money's coming in slowly and he needs to call a special board meeting, there would be an ordinance authorizing the issuance of it. So there's no blank check to him. But I think all he's looking for is the consensus to see if he can get a bank to do it. So if we need to do it, we got somebody who will do it.
So you just want a consensus on this?
I'm just looking for the consensus. There's so many other things that everybody can be working on. I don't want to spin on my wheels if this board doesn't want to enter into a tax anticipation warrant if it is needed. That's all this is about.
I say yes, I don't know if you're gonna go down the line and get a consensus, but
I have two yeses. I have Ms. Henyard and Mr. Pearson that agree that this could be a tool that could help us if it is needed and only if it is needed.
I support that, Mr. Irvin.
I'll support it also, Mr. Urban.
I think that's four.
He's got his consensus.
We had already discussed it.
Pardon?
I'm not happy and crazy about it, but that's where we are right now.
Yeah, I guess you have your consensus.
Yeah.
What's next?
You don't even have to talk about it. I'm putting it in for a yes anyway. You're a yes.
You have your consensus already.
That ends the
Um,
issue that I've got at this point.
we had one item that we said we can place under new business, can we address that? How do I have to, do I put in form of a vote or what?
If you just got an item, just throw it out there.
For the media center and, the video, when, I said I'd take that task of, signing invoices when, they are addressed, and that we don't have a committee, and no one's over there.
So what do we have to do?
Any objection to that?
No.
Can we talk about this in closed session since it concerns a person?
This is not a closed
no,
session item.
No, it's only, the board passed that ordinance about who does it, sign off on the checks, and Stan is just asking if he can be the guy for those two items.
Correct.
You should say yes or no.
I agree.
Yeah, I say yes.
I don't agree.
Anyone else?
Or two.
If you say don't,
No, I don't.
I don't either. You want to sign?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good, we're focused and we're doing good. So let's keep this going. Are we finished?
So that's a go on that, to get
That's a good one.
Yeah, okay.
Next is citizens address. 3 minutes. Anyone have anything to say? Please.
I've been out of meetings for quite some time. My mother had a terminal illness. Unfortunately, she transitioned in December. But I must say that this was the most progressive meeting that I have been to in quite some time. And I'm speaking for myself. I haven't been here. But this was a very, very progressive meeting, very, very encouraging. Heard a lot of times about economic development. Trustee Henyard, I think that is excellent with this property auction, but I do have a question, Administrator Urban. I got a little confused. Initially, you had said that there'll be bids for the properties, but then I guess the bids would have to come before the board before they're approved, or?
The elected officials are the keepers of the assets. They get to determine when it's sold and how much it sells for. So they will give me direction as to, let's say, this bottle will sell for $1.
Right.
They will market it for $1. If someone happens to pay us $1.50 in an auction, we made 50 cents more. Someone may only go as high as 75 cents. Either way, I have to bring that back to this board for formal approval, and there must be a majority of them agree to sell that property at that price.
But if there's an auction, then that means that it would be purchased or bidded on at the auction, so it would still be in lieu of the board's approval? Okay, just want to get clarity on that. What else did I have, just real quick? I do want to state for the village that, we'll be starting a food pantry at the church at 14540 Lincoln Avenue. We have our final inspection. It'll be a full service food pantry. We have our final inspection on February 11th, and the projected date to start the food pantry will be March 4th. And we're going to start with servicing residents from Riverdale and Dolton. We don't want to be overran with people coming from everywhere, so we'll start out with servicing those residents. To the police chief, man, you've been doing an excellent job. I've seen a tremendous improvement. Things are great. And to Public Works, we had a water main break on our block, and those guys came out there and got it done within like 3-4 hours. They were through. They didn't even ring the doorbell, and before I didn't think I had any water. When I looked up, I had water again. So just kudos to that. But I am very, very encouraged with just the village and this talk of economic development. I pray that the Class 8 actually end up being a drawing card, and that we can, end up having a set time on the Class 8. But at least it can be a drawing card, because then that'll mean that there's some revitalization going on in the village of Dolton. So, guys, keep up the good work. Yeah, great.
Thank you. Everybody doing this evening? All right, my name is Brian Hanna. I've been a resident of Dolton for about 23 years. And I have a problem with my water bill. I got my water bill. It was $351 when my bill usually about $170. I'm using less water in the winter. I'm not watering my grass or anything. I came up to the department today, and the lady told me that that was my bill. That's what it is. She didn't take the time to try to explain to me, hey, you may have used so many units or gallons. If that's what I had done, express that to me, so I know. She just was like, this is your bill, live with it. And I don't feel I should be treated like that, or any other resident of the village of Dolton is paying their money, they hard-earned money. They should at least have some kind of way of letting you know how much water you use. I don't know if they measure in gallons or units. Can anything be done about this?
Here's my card, sir. I would ask that you call me. My personal cell phone number's on it. I'll set up a meeting to see you at your convenience. We'll have your bill history, and we'll answer all your questions for you personally.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, have a good evening.
Gary.
Good evening, Garrett Gezzi, longtime resident of Dolton, and I have a few items I'd like to discuss. One of them, we were talking about a ban on overtime. Number one, your Public Works Department has done a fantastic job this winter, and long-term prediction is for 8 more major snow events this winter. This is from 2 different, it's from Channel 32 and also Channel 9. So I would hate to have to see cutting back on overtime for something that we really need in the village and really need public safety as far as snow goes. In fact, you got a new event coming up here in another day or so. And one other item I'd like to bring up, you were talking about the resolution on Class 8 proposals. I believe that after a business has already received a Class 8 designation or a tax reduction for 10 years, I think it's time to revisit this and maybe give them an extension for 3 years, 5 at the max. And the reason why, Mayor Rogers brought this up, and you have a town with a lot of senior homeowners. Every senior homeowner can file for a tax exemption of 19.56% off their property tax. So you're going to have a tax-based reduction based on the amount of senior citizens you have in this town. So you're going to be losing your tax base because of this senior citizen reduction. If you start giving away your tax base with your Class 8 designation, you're losing more of your tax base. I know of one business in this town that's done business in Dolton for 60 years. They have never one time received any tax reduction, and they've never asked for it because they have a good responsibility to this town. I won't mention the name of the business, but I know them personally. So this is something I just wanted to present to you. Think twice about granting these tax proposals to people, because basically you're giving away your tax base in your town. And like I said, Mayor Rogers brought this up. You have a lot of senior citizens, and every senior citizen in this town can contact Cook County Tax Assessor's Office and get almost a 20% discount on their property taxes. And a lot of people are reaching the age where they're gonna apply for this. So you're gonna be losing more of your tax base in the town. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Herman Moore, and I've been a resident of Dolton for over 30 years. And I've always been supportive of our beloved leaders, and I'm also in support of the village council at the present time. And the only thing I have to say is that those who bring, and I constantly say this, sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. And you bring sunshine to me. I sit here and I listen to what you have to express in behalf of the village of Dolton. And the only thing I want to do is to encourage you to continue to work in behalf of the beloved citizens of Dolton. I've been active with the Planning Commission, and one of the businesses that I was a part of bringing to the citizens of Dolton is the Food for Less grocery store there. And I've expressed my support to our beloved mayor, and also I support my support to you. If there's anything I can do to assist you, it may be very small, but Brother Moore is willing to do that. Now they're 14639 Irving, right across from the park, and I'm able to see a lot of the activities, and I will keep you in my prayers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Linda Milroe. That's M-I-L-R-O-E, because I know a lot of times people have problems with my last name. I've been a resident of Dolton for the past 20 years, and I have the same concern as someone that was up here previously. I received my water bill last week for 3 months as usual, but it was a difference in the amount. In the past, I paid like $90 for 3 months. It was always lower in the winter time. I received a bill for almost $200, and I started calling my neighbors. I'm not using any more water than I've used in the past. Okay, from $90 to $176, that is totally unheard of. So I need your card as well. Right, because I just retired recently.
Well, then you can afford it.
No, I cannot afford it. I'm on a fixed income now. So I'm saying all of that. I contacted my other neighbors. I'm speaking on behalf of my neighbors. I'm at 152nd in Chicago Road. Okay, one neighbor told me she received a bill for $500. And it's one person. I'm the one person in my household. I very seldom have people coming to stay with me. So I don't even see this. And that's what the person said for $500. And I had planned to come over to the office earlier, but I didn't have opportunity. So, but I will be over here tomorrow, and I will call you. Right. But that's, have a good evening. But this needs to be resolved, because there's too many people complaining about it. But people are not voicing their opinions to the right party. And that's my concern. And I know I can't afford that. Okay. And I'm not watering the snow.
Can I have your address, please?
I'm sorry.
Can I have your address? Okay. Okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
Maybe I should put my glasses on. is 601 East 152nd Street.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna make one more comment, then I'm finished, because I probably used up to 3 minutes.
You are at 3 minutes.
I'm at 3, okay, I'm on my way out the door. One more problem, and all of us are experiencing this on Chicago Road. When the snow plows come out, they put the snow back in your driveway. I paid someone 2 days in a row to plow that snow. And it's back, early one Monday morning, it was back in my driveway. I couldn't even go to church the previous Sunday because it was difficult getting in and out. So I just wish, they see where a driveway is, push it over into the lawn if they can. And that may be difficult to ask them, but it's inconsiderate of those of us who had to get back out there and try to shovel or get someone to plow the area for us. And good evening, I'm through this time.
And I agree with her, if she can call Matt or call the village hall when that happens again, and they can come back through and remove that out of your way?
It's a state route.
That's a state route?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no way we can help her? No way that one of our trucks can go? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Good evening, Mrs. Creighton, Dolton. I have a question and a concern this evening regarding a ordinance. One talked about, let me first address that I agree with the gentleman that got up and said, let us be careful about the aids that we allow to come into the seriously. Because we all are reaching retirement age and on fixed incomes, and we have to be careful. I don't want to look like another village that don't have a taxpayers. And I understand we all need it. But please, can we be very considerate and concerned about when we do that? Because in finding out, Food for Less is a phenomenal place. But for Food for Less gets 70 cents on that dollar. We only get 30 cents. So that makes a difference. It's a big place. It gives us the service that we need, but what are we, they just look at the scales. So if we could please take that into consideration anytime we bring or entice businesses to come. I want businesses to come, but we want to make sure that we're viable and we're not taxing the same people over and over again. My next concern would be with the Dorchester and Melanie's Fitness Center. May I say to the trustees and to the village that yes, Melanie's and the Dorchester was profitable and still can be. Please take it into deep consideration and making sure that we're not giving away things that will keep us vital for vitality in the village of Dolton. I'm proud of the Dorchester. I'm proud to have a fitness center, and I do understand the financial draw that it has on the village. But if someone else wants to come in and buy it, then do they see something that we don't see? Do they know something that we don't know? It was told, shared with us at a meeting, that I would have loved to have seen Mr. Hunt was there, that I would have loved to seen the other trustees there, that there's another individual that want to purchase some property to bring in a senior citizen facility. So we would be wise to do all that we can. I understand it has to benefit, it has to be a money-making thing, and I guarantee you that it can be. I've seen it at one time, and I'm over a 30-year, husband and I, 30-year resident of Dolton. So please, please, take all those things into consideration, because I think Melanie's and the Dorchester could be that landmark. And I thank you for talking about the landmark in Pullman and finding the good in the village, because that's what we need to be about. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Get a motion.
Is that it? Oh, okay. Need a motion to go into closed session, to recess and then go into closed session.
I would like to make a motion to go into closed session.
Recess.
Second.
Recess.
Let me mention that on the issue of probable or imminent litigation, we have to mention the specific matter. That's the homewood disposal matter.
Also, employees.
Well, that's on the list, that's on the.
Okay.
So do I need to amend that, Murphy? or-
No, I just said that, we're good.
All right.
Trustee Bendel,
Aye.
Trustee Pearson,
Aye.
Trustee Smith,
Aye.
Trustee Hunt,
Aye.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
Aye.
6 ayes. We are recessed to go into executive session at 9:24.
Thank everybody for coming out. Anybody want to wait around after the closed session, feel free.
I heard that.
He was guiding you, so.
You're the junior, okay.